What is going on, everybody? It's Matt Marchese, also known as Islanders Daily, your daily news from the four-time Stanley Cup champions, New York Islanders. And the Islanders lose this game to the Boston Bruins 5-2, and it was a stupid game. It was a stupid game, and that game was infuriating all the way through. The Islanders' main reasons they lost this game can be easily put into two things, which is the special teams and goaltending. Those are the two things that I have to say about the New York Islanders on why they lost this game, and this game was infuriating to watch. It was just such a dumb game. I already said it was stupid, but this game was just dumb. The Islanders dominated the Bruins. Obviously, they had a 3-minute stretch where they got their asses kicked in the second period where they gave up 3 goals to the Bruins, but that's not even completely on them. Obviously, 2 goals went right through Sorokin's 5-hole, 2 shots that he maybe should have saved. I do think he should have saved those ones. The third one that was scored, he had no chance on that. Unfortunate, just bounced off the skate. But the 2 goals before that, Sorokin needs to make those saves. They went right through the 5-hole. He's got to close the legs. This is not I don't know what is going on with Ilya Sorokin. I'll really go more into it after I start talking a little bit more about the game. But for Ilya Sorokin, he's been bad. That's all I can say. And like I said, I'm gonna be going into it more after the game. But he does not play like a goalie who's worth $8.25 million a year. Not even close to it. But we'll get back to that. So obviously the Islanders lost this game 5-2. And it seemed like it was going to be a good game. The first period start, and the Islanders came out on fire. I mean, Bo Horvat scored a minute and 8 seconds into the game, and then Kyle Palmieri would score 3 minutes later for the Islanders, and it was 2-0. And the Islanders looked like they were on fire in that first period. They looked like they were going to destroy the Boston Bruins, and that's what I felt. I was like, keep this up, the Bruins will have no chance to win this game. I mean, Horvat, just a wicked shot off of great pass from Drouin for his 6th of the year. And then Palmieri, another good one. A great on a 6-on-5 delayed penalty with great passing, and he got wide open. I mean, Schaefer to Barzal to Horvat, or Schaefer to Horvat to Barzal. And then what a find to Palmieri with the wide open net. And it was 2-0 right away, and it was looking good for the Islanders. It was looking real damn good for the Islanders. And then, they continued to play good, obviously, in that first period, where the shots were 10-4 in that first period, so they were looking very good still. Then the first intermission comes, and then the second period starts, and holy crap, did it turn into a disaster. Elias Lindholm scores on the power play on a shot that was on the ice the whole way, and it just went through Sorokin's 5-hole. He was way too far in the back of his crease. He did not challenge the shooter. He was sitting back. And that's what happens. Didn't have the time and went right through the 5-hole. Then David Pastrnak scores. A great passing play by the Bruins, I will say. But Sorokin got over there. He got over there and kept his wickets open again for another 5-hole goal. And then Yzerman would score a goal right off the feet. Nothing Sorokin could do there. But in a 3-minute period, the Bruins took the lead. And it was like, what the hell? You played so damn good in that first period. What could have happened? Did you think, were the Islanders overconfident? Did they think they were just going to beat the crap out of the Boston Bruins? I hope that's not the case, because the Islanders are not a good enough team to have that thought process. But clearly, whatever Mark Strom said to the Boston Bruins in the intermission worked out, because they came out on firing and they dominated for that first 3 minutes. But then the Islanders got themselves back into the game. The shots that period were only 11-10 in favor of Boston. It wasn't even like it was, a dominant period besides those 3 minutes. And you need your $8 million goaltender to make big saves. $8.25 million goaltender make those saves in this game when you need him to. And he just doesn't do it no more. It's weird. I just don't get it. Sorokin just does not make those saves that he needs to make anymore. He's kind of unclutch, I'll say it. He's an unclutch goaltender, Ilya Sorokin, and it pains me to say, because I'm a Sorokin fanboy. I really am, but you can't continue this play. You just can't. And then the third period comes, another power play goal for the Boston Bruins by Morgan Geekie. Again, a one-timer that Sorokin was there, and he has to make the save, and it got right past him. And then Fraser Minton puts in a goal, empty net or whatever there. So the Bruins would win 5-2, but the Islanders outshot the Bruins 35-22. And like I said, The story of the game were the special teams and the goaltending. Our special teams, obviously, we went 0 for 5. I'll kind of say we went 1 for 6 because we scored on a 6-on-5 delayed penalty. But on the stat sheet, it does say we went 0 for 5, and you can't be going 0 for 5. I do think the power plays look better, but they're just not scoring there. And you need to score. And then the Bruins go 2 for 4 on the power play. So our kill was not good. Obviously, 2 goals that went in, probably Sorokin should have saved. But special teams story of the game, just like it was last year. If you're not scoring with these power plays, you're not going to win, especially when you get 5 of them. You got 5 power plays and you couldn't even score 1 goal. Obviously, you're not going to win a game like that, and the Bruins made us pay when they were on their power play, scoring 2 goals. And it was just annoying. It was annoying. It was just an annoying game that the Islanders lose. And then on the other side of things, Jonas Korpisalo, who's been garbage this year. What was he coming into this game? I think he was 1-3 with an .845 save percentage. He's been trash. What did the Islanders do? They make him look like a Vezina Trophy candidate. I mean, what happened? 33 saves on 35 shots, a .943 save percentage, and he looked great, Jonas Korpisalo. He was making big saves all night for the Bruins. And the Bruins got what the Islanders needed. And, the Islanders needed that kind of play out of Sorokin, and he did not deliver. Jonas Korpisalo, who's been trash all season, delivered with a great game. And, he did. He played good. The Islanders had opportunities. Obviously, they had more opportunities. Jonathan Drouin missed a wide open net on the power play. But, yeah, Jonas Korpisalo played great after, playing very bad this season. So, props to him. I mean, can't get too mad at the Islanders. Like the Islanders players, I can't get too mad at them because they didn't play bad. I don't think the team played that bad. Obviously, the special teams was, not good. But again, those 2 power play goals for the Bruins should have been saved, in my opinion. They should have been saved. And then our power play didn't score, generated some opportunities, did not score. Obviously, all the players on the power play do need to do a better job in scoring on the power play. But I can't look at the Islanders and say a player played bad. I mean, I think Marshall Warren struggled a little early on. He found his game. I'm looking at the lineup, seeing on my notes here, and I'm looking at the players, and I don't think anybody stood out to me who played bad. I mean, I think Tony DeAngelo struggled a little today. I think he struggled this season. But besides that, who really on the Islanders played bad today? I don't know. I really don't. I mean, Simon Holmstrom was doing great things in the first period, winning battles. I'm trying to find something to say about a player. I mean, I do think the fourth line has struggled this year, unfortunately, with McLean, Siplikov, and Cizikas. But the Islanders' forwards and defensemen did their job. I mean, in a game where the Bruins had 4 power plays, they scored on 2 of them, of course, but they only had 22 shots on goal. These should be the games you win when you outshoot an opponent 35-22, and the Islanders have still yet to win a game now when they outshoot an opponent. What the hell is that about? How's that freaking possible? How can you not win a game? You're 0-4 when you outshoot an opponent. Obviously, I don't know if they changed the stats, but against the Flyers, yeah, it's the same. Against the Flyers, you lost, but you had equal amount of shots, so that becomes kind of a voided game there on the shot tally. But now you're 4-0 when you are outshot and 0-4 when you outshoot your opponent. It doesn't make sense. I'm looking. How does that make sense? It just doesn't. How are you outshooting your opponent and being 0-4? It makes no sense. And the Islanders lose a game they probably should have won. Side note, though, watching David Pastrnak, that guy's a great player, very underrated. Obviously, he gets talked about, but I think he should be talked about more, what he does for the Bruins. He is just a great player, David Pastrnak. But yeah, now the Bruins, who, weren't very good, they were 4-7. I think they said lost 6 of their last 7. Like, that was what was going on. Obviously, they go and win this game. They improved to 5-7. They played 12 games, which is crazy to me, how many games they've played already. But yeah, the Islanders fall to 4-1 now, and you threw away a game you should have won. And now you got to go and play Carolina in Carolina. That is a nightmare game for me. That is a night. This was, the Bruins game is the one you had to win. Obviously, you didn't. Now you got to go play Carolina, which is not fun. It's not fun. And the Hurricanes did lose tonight to the Vegas Golden Knights, but the Golden Knights are a very good team. So, they're probably going to be pissed off that they lost to the Golden Knights, and they're going to be wanting to go against us. So we're going to have to be ready. But here's what I'm going to talk about now, because I said I was going to talk about it, and now I am. And the thing I'm going to talk about is the Ilya Sorokin problem. He has not played good hockey. He has not. He did not play that great of hockey last season. This season, it just seems like he has regressed even more, and I don't understand why. But he's not playing to a standard where he's not even playing close to a standard where an $8.25 million contract he should be playing. Obviously, coming into this game, Ilya Sorokin had I think an .875 save percentage. It hasn't been updated yet, so I don't know what it will go down to. But in this game, on 21 shots attempted, he only had 17 saves for an .810 save percentage. That is dog shit. That is dog shit. And Sorokin continues to play at this piss poor level of hockey that he is. Obviously, I don't want to throw all blame on him. I mean, I kind of will for this game, because you need a big save out of your goalie sometimes, and he hasn't been making it. And he's been struggling bad this year. He really has. And obviously they said that he's going to play on Halloween against the Washington Capitals. I guess it makes sense because it is a back-to-back. So Riddick gets Carolina, Sorokin gets Washington. If Riddick is able to perform good again against Carolina and Sorokin struggles against Washington, I think you make the goaltending change and just go with Riddick until, he's not playing at a hot level, because right now Sorokin is losing you games. This game, I will blame on Sorokin and the special teams. You got to play better. You got to play better hockey. And Sorokin, when the Bruins scored those 3 goals in the 3 minutes, Sorokin needed to make a save there. He did. He needed to make a save, and he just didn't. Obviously, that third goal, like I said, I won't blame on him because they just threw it to the crease, hit skates, bodies, whatever, bounced in. But the Elias Lindholm one, he was way too far back in his net, and it went right through the 5-hole. And then on David Pastrnak, he overslid and opened his wickets, and what happened? It went right through the 5-hole again, and he's just not been good. And then the Morgan Geekie one, again, he went right by him. He needs to make that save. And Sorokin is not making these big saves. He's just not. And if you don't have a goaltender who can make a big save when you need him to make a big save, you're not going to win a lot of games. I mean, look at it. Korpisalo was making big saves for Boston. Why is Ilya Sorokin not? And it pains me to say this. It really does. But I don't know how you can continue moving forward with Ilya Sorokin in net if this is the play you're going to get out of him. I obviously understand that you want to keep him active. You want to keep him playing in games to try and get his confidence back. But you can't risk losing games if your goaltender can't make a save. I don't know if he has the yips. I don't know. I don't know if what's going on, because like I said, sometimes he makes saves on pucks that should not be going in the net, but then on his shot that he should save, it goes into the net. He's like a I don't even know what I'm trying to use to explain him. But it's just bad play from Sorokin. And like I said, obviously I don't want to put all the blame on him because the power play did go 0 for 5 today. But only having 17 saves on 21 shots is not a recipe for success. And Ilya Sorokin has been a big letdown this season, and I will say, was one half of the reason why the Islanders lost this game, because who knows, even if you do score on 2 of those power plays, it's still, a 4-4 game then? So who knows what happens, but it's just been bad by Sorokin. He has been playing bad hockey, like I said, and he needs to improve. He needs to improve Ilya Sorokin because obviously the Islanders, this is a recipe for disaster if this is the play we keep getting out of Ilya Sorokin. And that contract could look to be a horrendous contract if this is the play we keep getting from Sorokin, because making that much money as a goalie and you can't even hit over a 900 save percentage is disastrous and could really hurt the Islanders in the long run. But what are you going to do? They lose a game they probably should have won, and now it's time for the Grim Reaper and the Carolina Hurricanes, a team that the Islanders always seem to struggle with. Coming off a loss, they're going to be pissed off, so we'll have to see if the Islanders can, contain it. Obviously, they'll be in Carolina. It's going to be David Riddick, so I want all the fans to keep an eye on the goaltending this game, because this could be a big story developing in the future on who the starting goaltender will be for the New York Islanders. Because if Sorokin keeps up this play, it sure as hell shouldn't be him. But that's all I got to say today. As always, guys, tough loss, but hope you all enjoyed. As always, leave your comments down below. Like I said, I do want to start that new section of my channel where I will be responding to comments and videos when the Islanders do not play games. Because when they do, obviously, the videos would go on way too long. But I do want to start that, so be sure to leave comments down below, and I'll respond to some of them in a video. And as always, let's go Islanders.